What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the absolute desperation move by Earth's mightiest heroes. Tony Stark and Cable have put together two strike forces, Team Light and Team Dark, to pull off an assault against Knull, the God of Light, and Hela, the Queen in Black. Grab a snack, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump right into the story. Start at the past at Avengers Mansion. We open with Tony Stark and Cable going back and forth over battle strategy, and honestly, this sounds borderline insane, as Cable looks up at Tony's team setup and goes, "Not the heavy hitters I normally expect." Tony, being classic Tony, defends his numbers, as he says, logistically and tactically speaking, this group makes the most sense for the mission, including you. Cable isn't buying it as he fires back, "Come on, Stark. You of all people know fancy calculations go straight out the window as soon as bullets start flying." Tony tries to cite his subject experts, specifically referring to our local Symbiote club and a certain Norse god cosplayer. Cable loses his mind as he says, "Wait a sec. We're trusting a bunch of schizoparasites from space and Mr. Ed with a god complex to tell us how to fix things?" Tony points out they have the inside intel on Knull and Hela, while holding them off to let the main Avengers and Fantastic Four fix things planet-side. He says, "It isn't pretty. Beggars can't be choosers." Cable surrenders as he says, "Fine, I'll body slide out and muster up everyone, but I highly suggest we recrunch those numbers and come up with a backup plan in case this whole thing goes to hell." Tony breaks down the strategy, warfare featuring two distinct strike teams, Team Dark, Dark Force users, and Team Light, Light Force users. Team Dark consists of Iron Man, and Agent Anti-Venom, Cable, Dark Star, and Cloak. Team Light, Beta Ray Bill, Photon, Sunfire, and Dagger. Now, with the team squared away, we jump straight into the action with Team Light. They're riding aboard Beta Ray Bill's Sentinel starship, Scuttlebutt. Bill orders the ship to keep her distance and says, "Thank you, Scott. Maintain a safe distance. Once we depart, do not engage." Inside, Dagger is having a total existential crisis, looking at the sheer scale of the threat ahead, as she says, "I've seen some crazy things in my life. Haunted dimensions, rampaging monsters, hordes of blood-sucking vampires. But this?" Photons snap her back into reality as she hears, "Activate those Stark Enviro nanites, girl. It's time to go." As Team Light looks into the void of space at the massive alien symbiote construct, Sunfire questions whether leaving Scuttlebutt behind is smart. Bill stands firm as he says, "Were this another battle, I would agree. But should our mission fail, it falls upon Scuttlebutt to warn the others." He preps the team to breach the egress hatch, yelling out his battle cry, "Remember, why are we here, my friends? Win the day or die valiantly in trying." Team dives headfirst out of this ship straight into the orbit. Dagger thinks to herself, "Win or die valiantly? Yeah, right. Easy to say when you're a superpowered alien packing a giant hammer." Beta Ray Bill unleashes a massive bolt of lightning from a Stormbreaker onto the oncoming horde of symbiote-infected monsters as he yells, "Hela's minions are a parasitic curse with no empathy for those they infect. The greatest mercy we can provide their souls, dead hosts, is eradication." The battle rages in deep space. Photon lasers through the hostiles. Sunfire backs her up, blasting cosmic flame, as he says, "There are billions of innocents relying on us to shield them from the same deathless fate." Meanwhile, Dagger is slinging light force daggers but feels massively outgunned, as she says, "It's like I'm shooting bottle rockets in a nuclear war. What the heck did we get ourselves talked into, T?" Now cut to Team Dark, who are void porting directly onto the target via Cloak's dark dimension powers. Tony is rocking his brand new Knullbuster armor, ready to surprise Knull. Except the surprise failed, as we hear a booming, sinister voice say, "So you assume teleportation would serve your scheme, Earthlings? Kicking tires it is." Knull reveals he felt them coming before they even materialized. "The prismatic flash of your arrival was preceded by the molecular friction of billions of atoms snapping back into place. Sulfur, copper, ozone, adrenaline, I could smell and taste you before you materialized, and now I will consume you. He points his razor-sharp claw toward Team Dark and commands his Seraphim legions as he says, "Slaughter these fools." Bull instantly opens fire, yelling at the squad, "You know the drill, people. Put out these lights." The fight breaks into absolute chaos. As Cloak watches the action in the back, he remarks, "That escalated quickly." Tony, in his giant Knullbuster suit, tells Cloak to stay back and act as their escape route as he says, "Time to get to work, just like we planned. Big guns up front, you on the 6. Cloak isn't happy as he says, "But Tony, I can fight." Tony blasts back a wave of light monsters to protect Cloak, reiterating how crucial he is for their survival. "Stay back. I know you can fight, but plans B's DOA if we lose. Just keep playing safety and watch out for stragglers." Cloak pulls back into the dark cloak, muttering to himself, "Safety? Football's not my thing. I'm a point guard, not a D-back. There's nothing safe about this place." With that, Team Dark, Cable, Agent Anti-Venom, Darkstar, and Tony in the Knullbuster suit engages the front lines in an all-out brawl. Knull watches the fight unfold, completely unimpressed as he says, "Predictable once again. Earth sends buzzing insects against my magnificent dragons." Out on the front lines, Agent Anti-Venom and Darkstar are doing everything they can to hold off an endless army of light-constructed dragons. As Darkstar yells out, "Look out, Flash!" Flash fires back, "I see him, Darkstar." Cloak realizes the fight is quickly turning into an unwinnable nightmare as he says, "Freaking light dragons, they're everywhere. None of us signed up for this gig not to be a hero." He expands his Dark Force cloak around Flash and Darkstar to shield them from the assault, pulling them into the cover as the dragons crash down around them. Meanwhile, watching the battle from high above is the Queen in Black Hela and the God of War, Tyr. Hela scoffs at the moral response as she says, "Earth has dispatched champions to halt our advance, Tyr. Such utter idiocy." Tyr agrees as he says, "Yet there is one amongst their small number worthy of special attention. To join yon battle, I would have a word with the warrior, Asgardian to Asgardian. Below them, Beta Ray Bill unleashes a massive wave of lightning into Hela's forces, unaware that Asgard's former god of war is coming straight for him. Tyr drops into the battlefield and yells, "Face me!" Beta Ray Bill, surprised, yells, "Tyr Odinson." Tyr, "Why do you fight against us, brother? Lady Hela and me. We are the sole remnants of the mighty Asgard who yet possess memories of her lost glory, as are you." Dagger and Photon are busy fighting off horde after horde in the background, with Dagger reacting to the Asgardian drama as she says, "Wait, what's Asgard?" Photon bluntly replies, "No clue, but this just turns into Shakespeare in the Park from hell." Beta Ray Bill doesn't hesitate. He raises his weapon and roars, "You bespoil all that makes it so by loyally serving your wicked queen in the dark campaign of death and destruction. Know this, villain. I fight now against you and your wicked queen for Asgard's true honor." Bill and Tyr lock weapons in a massive clash of steel and divine thunder. Tyr tries to sway Bill as he says, "You deem me a turncoat, and yet you fail to understand as I do that Hela's dark campaign is but the first step toward a restored Asgard. Join us! Together, we can reopen the bridge to the 9 realms and return myth to this pitiful world. You can go home, Bill, to the people who love you and your deeds." Tyr knocks Bill down, leaving the warrior momentarily shaken. Seeing Bill hesitate, Photon flies in at light speed. Is it just me, or is this D&D reject talking Bill into changing sides? Screw that noise. Photon blasts Tyr mid-sentence as she flies down to ground level and confronts Bill directly. "Bill! Damn it, who's this Haggard the Horrible over there? And what the hell's Asgard?" Bill then explains that Tyr is the god of war, serving Hela, and Asgard is his adopted home lost to dark magic. But watching Photon step up snaps Bill right back into focus as he says, "Much like the dark magics that must be stopped today, no matter my own desires." His resolve fully restored, Bill turns to Photon and says, "Please forgive me, Monica, for my momentary uncertainty. Now, by your leave, I've unfinished business." As Photon shrugs it off, "Yeah, sure, Bill, excused." Bill charges back into the fray with thunder blazing around him, screaming, "For Asgard!" as he clashes swords once again with Tyr. Dagger watches the battle resume, noting, "Mutiny averted. I guess I wonder if Ty's team's having this much fun." Up back to Team Dark, and things are going south fast. Cloak joins the main offensive line, causing Tony Stark to shout, "I thought I told you to hang back!" Cloak refuses to hide as he says, "You did. I didn't. We're way too outnumbered for me to do nothing." Cable backs him up as he says, "We haven't even put a dent in these damn things. They're worse than cockroaches. Time to start considering the other contingency plan. Plan B sounding pretty good right about now." Tony resists pulling the trigger on Plan B, shouting that they aren't even there yet, but Cloak insists. That's when Knull cuts off the bickering. He looms over Team Dark, mocking their desperation as he says, "My, how you Earthlings do love to squabble and squawk. It's a wonder you haven't been destroyed yourselves and each other before now. But the hour of your planet's destruction is now at hand. But not until I first end all of you." Knull chooses his first target, Cloak. In a terrifying burst of speed, Knull impales Cloak through with his massive light spear. As blood drips from his mouth, a horrified Cloak stammers, "How did you? The light, how?" Knull just grins and says, "Not just light, all light." Knull now lifts Cloak into the air on his spear of divine energy, his light energy completely overpowering and burning away Cloak's dark force from inside out. As Cloak hovers near death, his mind calls out to his partner, "Tandy!" The rest of the team, Tony, Cable, Flash, and Darkstar, can only watch in absolute horror as their primary transport and key strategy component gets brutally taken down in front of their eyes. We end this heartbreaking final splash page. Light years away on the battlefield, Dagger, Tandy Bowen, feels a sudden agonizing tear in the life force connection. She collapses to her knees, looking down at a shadowy, fading phantom of Tyrone Johnson cradled in her hands. She whispers in complete heartbreak, "Ty?" And this ends this issue. Knull wielding the light spectrum completely turns the tables on what was supposed to be a flawless infiltration. If you dug this video, smash the like button, subscribe for more daily and comic breakdowns, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.